What's old is new again from Pepsi. Let's peep this out. YouTube and social media, peep this out, guys. It's ENK back again with another one for you. Here with a quick look and review of something that's actually kind of old yet brand new in 2016, guys. Take a look at the return of Crystal Pepsi. I've actually gotten a few requests to try this, and I've had a lot of trouble finding this, and it really wasn't until I popped into a mobile station at about 2 a.m. after the gym last night that I actually found a bottle of this stuff here. But guys, I have actually never tried this. This is actually going to be pretty new for me right now, so however this experience is going to go is the way it's going to go. I really have nothing to compare it to from back in the day. For me personally, it was back in the late 80s. I was a really big fan of New Coke. For those of you guys who know what that was, it was kind of a reformulated version of Coke in a little bit of a taller can, which was kind of cool. I liked it. I thought it was good. Never really a fan of Pepsi in general. I always thought it was kind of a flatter type of Coke. Didn't have a more full-bodied flavor, kind of like the way Coke did. And that's part of the reason why I've kind of gravitated towards regular Coca-Cola products. So I'm very curious to see how bomb sexy the Crystal Pepsi formula is in 2016. And actually, you know what? Looking at the label real fast here, partially produced with genetic engineering. That sounds a little like GMO no, if you ask me, guys. I don't know about that. 250 calories, and it's got a whopping 69 grams of sugar. So obviously 250 calories is pretty much coming from all of that sugar in there. Let's just get right on into it and see. Crystal Pepsi, new for me, although it's kind of old for a lot of people, I'm sure, right now. There's a lot of hype with this on the internet right now. Let's give this a shot. Well, it kind of smells like Pepsi, actually, but a little bit of like a fruitier type of smell here. Let's give it a shot and see. You know, I'm actually getting a little bit more of a citrus type of hit with that. I mean, I've had regular Pepsi before, and this is actually not super sweet considering it's got 69 grams of sugar in it, but I do have to say, the essence of the Pepsi Cola flavor is there, but it's got a little hint of, I want to say like maybe Sprite or 7-Up. It's actually kind of interesting. It's still not really feeling the partially produced with genetic engineering tip that they've got on the back of this label here right now, but you know, it is what it is. It's kind of refreshing. I mean, it's close to 100 degrees right now in Southern California, so this is actually fitting the bill pretty nicely, but I do have to say, I do like the style of it there. Obviously with cola, they add a lot of caramel color, things like that, so just taking that out, maybe adding a couple of little special ingredients, so to speak, is going to give you the look that you're going to see there. But I'm really digging the marketing of it, obviously, for what it is. It's clear, it looks cool, and the flavor is actually pretty refreshing, and with a caffeine content of 63 milligrams per 20-ounce bottle, it's actually not too bad for what you're going to get if you're looking for something to kind of give you a little bit of a pep, and you want to have a little bit of soda, everything in moderation, obviously, guys. This is not a horrible thing there, and it's kind of cool to have a classic throwback to what was back then. I really like the idea that they kept the classic label, which looks really, really neat. So on that bomb sexy fear face scale of 1 to 10, the returning Crystal Pepsi for a very limited time only here in 2016 is going to get a solid 8 out of 10. Definitely digging the overall flavor. It's very refreshing on a hot day because it's cold, but on its own, a very muted Pepsi Cola flavor with a little bit of a citrus flair to it there, and a pretty cool look to it, being that it is clear. So pretty nice. I don't think I was missing out on much back in the 90s when this came out, but I do actually like this drink. I am going to actually get this again. Again, be careful. It is 69 grams of sugar, and it's got a very ominous type of label on the back that says partially produced with genetic engineering. Again, that's a fancy way of saying it's a little bit of a GMO type of product here. That's what I'm guessing. So for you guys on the health tip, obviously everything in moderation, but this is worth checking out if you're curious about a little nostalgia coming back in present day. And hey, if you guys have actually had the original version of Crystal Pepsi back in the 90s, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you think there's a difference in the taste from back then, if you remember it, compared to the new version. Very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. It actually is a pretty refreshing drink here in 2016. And that's it for now, gang. This is ENK closing out another episode of Peep This Out, taking a look at the 90s throwback, making a limited time only appearance here in 2016, the quote-unquote new Crystal Pepsi. What's old is truly new again. Hey gang, if you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check me out over at peepthisout.reviews.com and keep in touch with me at all the addresses that you see right above me, because after all, this is Peep This Out, baby. You know how we do. We'll definitely talk to you next time. Stay frosty. Good stuff, guys. I'm really digging that. You know, with all the reboots and remakes that are going on nowadays, it was only a matter of time before regular food items were going to start coming back in force from back in the 80s and 90s. Obviously, with Surge being very popular for Coca-Cola, Now Crystal Pepsi we've got going on right now. Jolt Cola has actually always been around. You can actually find that in a lot of specialty shops. But I have to say, for all the folks out there who remember all the cool 80s trends, it's actually kind of cool to see something like this. And especially with the new little mini NES coming out very soon later in November. Guys, what's old is truly new again, and I am all for it there. Pretty cool from Pepsi, guys. Crystal Pepsi back for a limited time only. And you can bet when I'm done with this bottle, I am definitely keeping it on the shelf. So until the next review, I'll talk to you soon.